Hey guys, I hope you're fine. Welcome in this new series. In today's video, we are going to learn how to make an action RPG in Godot 4. Before we start, give a like to this video, and for those who haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. Let's start now. On the screen, go to 2D. On the left side of the screen, go to 2D scene. Rename the node to D to world. After that, press Ctrl S to save our new scene to a folder. Create a new folder and name it Worlds. Press OK, then save. Go to the World node, right-click, and add a child node. In the search bar, type text rec. Down below, double-click on it. Alright, now rename the node to Background. Let it a texture to this background. Go down below in the folder, Assets. We are looking for the water texture. You can download it on itch.io. You'll find the link in the description. Go to Terrain, and down to Water. Well, we are going to use the last PG picture. Drag the image to the right side of the screen where it is written empty. Go down to the texture and change it to Nearest. That would make the image more clear. Now resize the background to overboard, even the screen size. This will make our big C. Move it around, and resize it as you want. We'll be back to it later. Don't forget to press Ctrl S to save your progress as long as you are working on your game. Go to World node and add another child node. In the search bar, search for the Tilemap node. Double-click on it. On the left side of the screen, go to Tileset and create a new tileset. The tileset and the tilemap work as a pair, so to set your tileset, click on Empty and select New Tileset. Go down screen and click on Tileset. Now, go to the File Assets, in Terrain File, drag and drop the images as I do on the screen. We are going to use a Shadow Tileset, Grass Tileset, and Bridges Tileset. When you drop them, just confirm by clicking OK. To move your tileset image, just maintain the right-click down and move it around. Before we start creating the level, let us create layers. Go to the left side, click on Layers, and start renaming and adding as much as you need. My first one will be named Dry Grass. Down there, add another layer, and name it Ground 1. We are going to make 2 layers for the ground, because we'll need to have to level of ground on the scene. Look, here is where you can select the layers. We are starting with the layer ground, so select it. Make sure you are still on the tile map. These are the tools we are going to use on a tile map: the selection, pencil, line, rect, bucket. Click on pencil and let try it. Zoom in for better view. To draw it, just press the left click on the mouse. Select the line tool. Just try to use it to get accustomed. You can see the line tool drawing our selection in a line. Select the rectangle and try to use it also. Is the one I use the most while designing my levels. It has an amazing ability to fill a large scale. Another important ability is by using the rectangle tool and pressing the right click. You can erase the surface selected. Select the bucket and try it. Also, but remember, just the most used tools are the selection, the pencil, and the rectangle. And while using the rectangle and the pencil, by pressing the right click, it will act as an eraser. Alright, guys, time to design the level now. Go first to the left side and change the texture to the nearest. Just remember from now on to pause the video and design your level as I'm doing. Pause it as much as you need to catch up on me. Also remember to draw the specific textures on their specific layers. Let me design my level. You are not obliged to copy exactly what I'm doing. If you have some skills in designing, you can change it as you want to. But if it's your first level design, just pause the video and start copying, and at the same time, try to understand how each tileset's textures are used, and in which order they should be applied. For now on, I'm going to make a first floor ground for the level. Make sure you are drawing on the layer ground 1. Use the mouse to select which part of the tile set you want to draw on the screen. All the tile sets have edges, central elements. By using the Select tool, you can select what you have drawn and press the Ctrl+C to copy and Ctrl+V to paste it somewhere else, and even in a different layer. Just like what I'm doing right now, to draw even faster, copy and paste some regions that you want. Don't forget to share with me and to our community your designing skills. This first layer of ground is the initial platform on what the player and other characters are going to walk on. Time to add our second floor by adding a new layer called Ground 2. Go to Layers and add a new layer and call it Ground 2. Now go back down to Tilemap. Select the layer Ground 2 and start drawing. But to make it easy, I'm going back to the layer Ground 1. Using the Select tool, I'll copy a region, and I'll come to paste it in the layer Ground 2. Layer Ground 1. Selection tool, and copy this exact portion as I'm doing. Oh, no, let's correct this silly mistake. Let me fix the edges so that we can copy it for later on. Okay, well, take the selection tool and copy the specific region. To copy, it's just a simple Ctrl+C. Go back to the layer Ground 2 and paste it by pressing Ctrl+V. Put it in the middle of the first floor ground. I want to modify it a little bit. While I'm fixing these little tasks, pause the video and check if every edges are well placed on your level too, because designing a level requires everything to be in their right position in the way they can look perfect once put side to side. Well guys, this is how your two first layers should look, after spending several times making them. Let's try to move the tile map on the center of the screen. I'll put it right here. Guys, this small icon, eye looking, is used to hide and view the node on the screen. Let's make the water background visible and save the progress by pressing Ctrl S. Click on Tilemap. Now, let's make a layer for the green grass and the shadows. I bet you remember how to make a layer and rename it. If you don't, just look at the screen and do as I'm doing. Go to Layers and add a new layer. Call it Green Grass. Select the layer Green Grass and start painting, drawing your grass around the solid ground just as I'm doing on the screen. And remember, pause the video if the things are going too fast for you. Guys, I feel better being able to contribute more by making the world more ecological, growing grass, even in my games. When things start glowing like this, it makes the design part more satisfying, especially for those like me who are passionate about drawing. Putting grass on the floor takes way longer than any other process. It took me 25 minutes to complete it perfectly. Look how wonderful it looks now. All this time spent on it is worthy. Save and let continue. Same process as we did before, creating a new layer and call it Bridge. Go to Layers, add a new element, call it Bridges, and select that layer Bridges and start drawing bridges according to the floor distances. If you think there's a lot to remember, just use a small notebook to note down any important things to remember. I've been doing that since I started Godot. Okay, don't forget to create an extra layer called Shadow to contain the shadows on the level. There's another way to make shadows in Godot, but I prefer to use this faster one. For bridges, put them whenever you want, but don't put a lot of them in the same range or plot of land. Look how the game looks. More playable than when we started. For the shadows, make them on the left side of the lifted ground and under the bridge for beautiful effect. Magnificent, isn't it? Now, add the dry grass around the lifted ground and on some strategic places. Remember, the dry grass has to be the first layer that you create before even you start with the ground 1 and 2. Go to the layer Dry Grass and select the tile sets containing the yellow grass and draw it as I'm doing on the screen. I don't even know why I called it the dry grass. How can it be dry while growing in such a watered place? Guys, I feel satisfied with this result. I hope you did almost the same achievement. Don't forget to share a screenshot of your level design. This is the end of this first video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if it is not yet. See you very soon for the next video.